Hello, you lovely people. My name is Iban Prelat Kongwell and welcome back to Learn Online with EduRich. And today's video is about a very important topic that most of you do need help, you do need guidance whenever you go for an interview and whenever you have to introduce yourself in front of the audience. Let's begin. So the topic of discussion today, where I'm going to guide you all, is about weakness, or you can say weaknesses that we all have. So this particular part, weakness or weaknesses, we always have to mention this, especially in our introduction when we go for an interview, or this interviewer might ask you separately as to what is your weakness or what are your weaknesses and how do you choose to improve them, right? So this is again a very popular and a very common question that is being asked. Now I know most of you are struggling in this part of how do you answer this question? How do you deal with this question? Because it involves two things. One is, if I reveal, I might get rejected for the same, right? Because no companies would, you might have this thinking, no companies would want to take a person who is full of weaknesses and who does not know how to work on them, right? Second point is, if you reveal, you're scared. Then you might also have this thought of, okay, I will reveal, but how do I deal with them, or how do I counter that, right? How do I save myself from it? So don't worry, this video is all about that. It will guide you, and I will ensure that at least you know how to deal with that question and you don't get stuck and you don't stammer in between whenever you have to deal with it. So there are 3 points. I'll make it very simple. I'll make it very clear, okay, to ensure that you know how to deal with this question. So there are 3 things. The first one, very simple, do not make up, okay? Do not hide your weaknesses at all. Do not make your weaknesses, make up in the sense you do not lie, right? Just because you want to deal with the question, you want to put an impression in front of the interviewer, you make up, you lie, right? And then eventually what will happen is, when they start asking more questions, you will not be able to answer that. So do not make up any of your weakness or weaknesses. Answer them as they are, okay? That will be the first point, or the first step that you will take it, and trust me, it will really help you. Because then remember, right, as people say, that whenever you have to speak the truth, or whenever you have to speak the reality, you will then not stammer, you will remember as it is. But when you make up something, it will then become difficult for you to remember and to eventually deal with it. So the first step, the first point, do not make up any of your weakness or weaknesses. Second point, the similar to the first one, the truth. Yes, I understand you must be thinking, why do we have to say the truth? Why do we have to say our weaknesses or our weakness as it is? That is the answer to everything, to this particular topic as well, which is, we need to speak the truth. We need to reveal our weaknesses as they are, right? As they are, and that way it will help you to speak confidently about your weaknesses. Tell or mention about your weakness or your weaknesses as they are. Okay, for instance, if I have to say, I'll just take one common instance or one common example that most of you or most of us, we have as a weakness, is that we are shy. We are shy, we don't like to speak to people much. Okay, it takes time for us to open up with people, or it takes time for you to even, get along with people as well. So that is one such common weakness that most of us are having, right? Now, the third point that we need to ensure whenever we deal with our weakness or weaknesses is that you need to mention the backup plan. Or in other words, to make it very simple, you need to mention the ways of improving your weakness. Again, the example that I've given is that the weakness, that the most common weakness that most of us have, is that we are shy people, right? We are shy. So then how do I counter that? How do I then mention the ways of improvement, or how do I have a backup plan? Yes, my weakness is that I'm a very shy person, but I have been trying hard. I have always been trying hard to deal with this weakness by talking to myself in the mirror to improve my confidence. And then by ensuring that I go to people first, I speak to them first, I initiate small talks before they come to me. I do the talking first, right? So these are the things that you're actually doing to ensure that you are no longer a shy person, or you are doing something to improve that, right? Because remember, the interviewer, trust me, the interviewer or the employer who's ever taking the interview, they know that you have weakness or you have weaknesses. They are aware about that. It's just for you to mention the truth, to mention them as they are, and also at the same time also mention the backup plan for it, or the ways of improving your weaknesses. Trust me, that's all that the interviewer or the employer wants to know, that yes, my candidate or my employee knows that he or she is aware of his or her weakness or weaknesses, but at the same time knows how to deal with the same, right? You are aware of the situation and you are working on the same. So these are the tips that you can use whenever you answer this point of weakness or weaknesses in an interview, especially when you have to talk about yourself in an introduction. Again, just to repeat, the first thing is, please do not make up any of those weakness or weaknesses. Second, speak the truth. Don't have that fear of being rejected. Speak the truth as they are. Third, ensure that at the same time when you're mentioning these weakness or weaknesses, have ways of improvement, or have ways, or you can say have backup plans, have a backup answer for the same. You don't just mention your weakness, you're also mentioning how you're gonna deal with it, or how you are currently trying to get away from those weakness or weaknesses by doing by working on it or by improving the same. Okay, so that's it. I hope that this video is very informative. It will help you, it will boost your confidence to ensure that you speak about your weaknesses openly and confidently in an interview, and also whenever you have to introduce about yourself to people or to your loved ones. That's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Learn Online with EduBridge. Ensure that you please share this video with your friends, your family members, and if you like it, please hit the like button, and also please subscribe to our channel and share it with your loved ones. Till then, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.